Eclectic.com.
What's up, guys? This is Hans from the Eclectic Podcast, and today we're going to be taking a look at MPP10 Deformation Era Oversized Optimus Prime. Real quick, we will take a look at the package. It is another big figure, kind of like MPO8X was. So, of course, we have the front of the box here. I was expecting kind of like a cartoon-style graphic. They didn't do that this time. And I don't know if this is just a variant box that I've got here, but I have seen some that actually do have that cartoon-style graphic. Top of the box just says MPP10. Side of the box just says Visual Impact. On the back here, it kind of just shows you some of his accessories, everything that he comes with. Of course, we've got his blaster, stuff like that. Energon X, Matrix of Leadership. There he is in his alt mode, and there he is in his bot mode. Other side of the box is a interesting little bio. You can read that now if you want to. Bottom of the box, not a whole lot, just stuff I can't read. So let's go ahead and open this guy up, and we'll take a look at what's inside. Real quick so you guys can see this and kind of get an idea of what you're getting into if you get this guy. I thought I was going to need to cut tape on this, but I don't see any. So inside we have Velcro clasps that hold that shut. Open this up. Kind of readjust this here. And it actually comes in styrofoam. Instruction booklet. Nice actual styrofoam kind of package on here. So, taking out the top layer of styrofoam, this is what we get. We've got him kind of inside of a little, almost like a coffin kind of thing. He had plastic on him to keep him protected, so nice job on that. I'll go ahead and I will get this completely out of here now, so you can actually take a look at it without all that stuff. Okay, here he is out of the box, and he is a big boy. Kind of like the same way we had with MPO8X or Optimus Prime, the King Grimlock. Real quick, we'll go over everything that he comes with. So, of course, we do have the instruction manual. It includes a Autobot sticker for his shoulder, because he doesn't have it mounted on his shoulder. So there's the manual. And this is actually kind of what I was talking about when I was talking about the artwork. That's kind of what I was expecting to see on the front of the package. Let's take a look at the side. Trailers coming soon. But you can order that from the guys over at tfdirect.com. Just shows you all the different steps. It gives you some additional information on the figure itself. And some of the features. I mean, obviously we don't have the trailer yet, but it does kind of already detail the trailer instructions in there. Along with the instructions for transformation. Actually, really nicely done. So yeah, we do have that. We do have his spec card. Not bad looking. Pretty cool. And like I said, it does come with a little Autobot logo to put up on that shoulder, since he doesn't come with one preloaded on there. We also have his Matrix of Leadership. Real heavy, nicely done. And I'll give you some comparisons with the regular MP10 Matrix, just so you can kind of see what the size difference is between the two. Energon X. Not as soft as I was kind of expecting it to be. It really is kind of a really hard plastic. Does swivel around on there, but still nice nonetheless. Here's his blaster. Still retains the same fold-up feature that we had before. flicks out. Nice molding on there. I like the gray paint on the back. We have the oversized spike figure to go along with this guy. Actually, some painted detail on the face, unlike what we got with the MP10 Takara Tomy release. There's a look at the figure itself. Unfortunately, I'm not getting him all at frame at once because he is so large. There's his feet. And real quick, just so you guys get a kind of a detail, an idea of the scale. That's MP10 alongside him. He's quite the monster. Really, really big. Some additional art details too. I don't have a real pointer with me, but if you look, obviously down here on the knees, he's actually got some extra paint detail there. What else do I see right off the bat? The thighs are a little bit different between the two. Markings on the arm are about the same. He does have the detail up here on the cab lights. This guy's got that detail, he does not. Looking at the back here, got some additional paint like back here on the butt area. He's got some black details up there. Tail lights, you can't see that from that angle. Tail lights on the MPP10 are actually picked out in red, whereas they're not on the Takara. On the back itself, we have extra detail up here on the MPP10, where it's got that gray. You can see on the forearms here, it's got the black line there, and then the steps are actually detailed in silver and black, whereas on here they're just red. No additional detail on the paint there. Inside of the thighs there, you've got silver paint going on. Here's what I was talking about the toes. You got some really nice translucent yellow kind of going down through here, along with the red, some gunmetal gray right here on the foot itself. On MP10, that is absent. I mean, we do still kind of have that translucence up here. No additional paint detail on the inside of the thighs. No gunmetal gray here. We also have an extra paint detail here, where it has an accent color of that gunmetal gray going around the wheel well that we don't have on the Takara. These little handrails are all picked out in silver, where they're not on the Takara version. On the upper arms, we do have silver paint picked out here again, where we don't have it on here. So all around, I mean, it's a much larger figure, and they've done some better pick out of some of the paint features. Eyes are different colors. If we look at MP10's head sculpt here, MPP10's eyes are much lighter in color, so they're picked out a lot more. I guess they become a lot more vibrant. Now, I will say this, I mean, do you really need an oversized Optimus Prime? Probably not. That's going to be a question that's going to be left up to you. He doesn't scale well with the other figures in this set that have been released so far. So this just kind of gives you an idea kind of how big he is, and I think he may be a little bit too big for most people's Masterpiece collections, but not a bad size. I think it works out okay. Let's look at the comparisons of some of the other accessories that it comes with. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Energon X first thing. So here's the one that came with regular MP10. It's much softer material on the plastic. And then here is the one that comes with MPP10. Similar sculpt, harder plastic on the mold, but still pretty nice. I think all in all, this one's a lot clearer than what this one is. But yeah, so that's those. Here's Spike. That came with MP10. And here's the Spike figure that came with MPP10. So again, I mean, quite a bit larger. Similar details. Same articulation. MP10's blaster. And then compared to MPP10's blaster. The MPP10's blaster is a little bit shinier plastic. Difference right there on the back with the gray release as opposed to the black release. But pretty much identical with the mold cues and everything else that it hits. So, yeah. Matrix of Leadership. This is MP10's matrix. Nicely done. And then here's MPP10's. So the jewel's much darker on the MPP10. And I mean, yeah, obviously it's much, much bigger, but still both die cast, still really heavy. Nicely done. Go over his matrix placement. So again, like I said, this is die cast on this chest piece. Opens up. Really nice job with that chrome detail in there. Flip those up there. Matrix fits in nicely. Close that back down. Close back up that chest. So that works really well. See how well his gun tabs in. Take the blaster. Really secure there. Close up the hand around it. The hand joints are really tight. They do have pins all the way through, so I mean he is really super secure. So that holds on just fine. Let's see about his energon axe. I'm not going to force it if it's too tight. I'm not going to even try and mess with it. Try and plug that on there. It's about as close as I'm going to get that guy. So yeah, his axe plugs in fine. Just to give you kind of an idea of it. It's not completely on there, but I think that's about as far as I'm willing to go with it. Let's take a look at his back cavity here. Open this up so we can place his gun in there. I like that they painted all this kind of in here black. Collapse the gun. Gun plugs in no problem. Go ahead and let's go through his articulation. Head, we've already looked at the face sculpt, and I'm going to have to do this kind of in sections again just because of the size of the figure. But the head has a joint there on the neck. It does have a rotation. Go all the way around. I believe these his antennae do move. They are kind of stiff, so I'm just going to kind of leave those alone. Again, like I said, I mean, look at that paint detail. They did a great job on that. Great, great job. We'll look at his arms real quick. Arms can go full 360 degrees around. They do extend out to give you your upward tilt and downward. You do have bicep swivel at the top, ratcheted elbows, which get you about 90 degrees on the bend. Kind of what we got with the other figure. You do have wrist swivel, and then the thumb is locked in place, so the thumb doesn't move, but you do have the 3 gloves down there, and then the single finger that is articulated out. And it's got a pin all the way through it, so you don't have to worry about this finger coming off by any means. You do have a rotation at the waist. Breaks his knee. Heavy ratchets on the upper thighs. They'll get you about that far. Going back. Get you about that far. You do have a heavy ratchet on the knee. You do have a knee rotation right there at the top. Doesn't look like there's anything right there. I thought maybe there was another swivel. Upper thigh, knee, down here in the feet. Do have a nice little rocker action. Kicks forward, can kind of go back. And then due to transformation, you can collapse those toes to get you a little bit better range. Let's go ahead and take him through transformation. Start off with the arms. Bring them up. Rotate the arm back. Close up that flap. Compress the arm. Same thing on the opposite side. Rotate it up. Flip out the flap. Collapse that back up. Compress that down. The other thing you want to make sure and do, because everybody always forgets, is these flaps inside of here. Make sure and extend those down. Those always get forgotten, whatever. First thing on the legs that I like to do, go ahead and flip these back. Get those out of the way. Untab that from the front there. Rotate that around on the double hinge. Same thing on this side. So you want to make sure the leg's straight on the thigh. And then back here, there's a handy little push button here that releases the legs. Push that in, and that allows that to compress up. Do the same thing on this side. Make sure it's all straight. Push in and compress. At which point, you can go ahead and tab these pieces together. Compress those down. Same thing on this side. Gotta love that paint detail. Rotate him at the waist here. And kind of just get these guys worked up out of the way. Open up the chest. Now that we're back up to the upper torso. Separate that. Pull that up. You'll see this here is going to go into that tab down there. Bring that down. Press that together. Go ahead and take this, bring that down. Take this, bring it down. Bring it down those wheel wells along with that. Rotate that around. Get those out of the way. Actually, open up these here. Same thing on this side. Open this all up. Bring down that grill piece. At which point that does make enough room for the head. You can start working these back. Make sure I'm working just everything underneath. Just want to make sure you give yourself enough room for all the clearances that you're going to need through here. Working it in on the front. Should be able to close this up. Then all that's left is to move that up into place. And there's clips inside of the headlights that's going to go into that notch. This will go into that notch. Just to kind of secure everything up. Shore it all together. Last but not least, take your fuel cans, work them up. You can see this tab right here. There's a notch right there that it will slide into. Now you have your side mirrors on here. There he is, all transformed. Really excellent job with this guy. Nothing feels flimsy, nothing feels cheap. You do still have the ability to open up the cab here. Take Spike. Bend up his little legs. And there you can have him in the cab driving the big rig. Doing the dance. But yeah, beautifully done. Rolls pretty well. Taps together okay. Not the best, but not too shabby. I love that detail on the taillights. The added silver detail right here on that fender flare. The black on the steps. These here. One other thing. Compressed down the stacks. Turn signals painted. Just beautifully done. Nice job. Now, by comparison, there's MP10. He feels so tiny now. I mean, you can just that image right there speaks volumes. Excellent job right here in the grill work. See his turning indicator picked out there, not picked out there. The difference with the steps here, not here. There's no lining here where there's the lining on that. I did go ahead and I applied that Autobot sticker on there. Tail lights there. The difference. All in all, I'm very impressed with this figure. Like I said, if you already have MP10, there's no real reason to get the MPP10 other than the fact that you want an oversized Optimus. Because there really isn't a big difference, and he doesn't scale very well with the likes of him. I mean, you can see just kind of his size right there. He's massive. When I do get the trailer, I will show that to you guys. So in closing, I do think MPP10 is an excellent figure. Great build quality. The die-cast parts that are on the figure are actually really nice and really necessary. He's got great joints, great paint apps, even better in a lot of ways than the actual MP10. So, I mean, like I said, it's not something you have to have if you've already got MP10. But if you want an oversized Optimus Prime, or if you're just an Optimus Prime fanatic, I definitely think it's worth a buy. So, yeah, that's my take on it. Great figure. I'm going to get the trailer, and I'll show you guys that once I get it here. But anyways, I just thought I'd show you a look at that. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out, and we will talk to you soon. Bye. What makes this podcast unique?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan, 130 the Eclectic Podcast, just coming at you right now, letting you know we'll be on into YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on back now. Be the third subscriber. You get absolutely nothing. Thank you so much. And please listen to the Eclectic Podcast, because we are amazeballs.
Yeah, we're probably not quoting Mel Gibson ever again.
If you want to listen to lizard people or hear all about lizard people, lizard people, let them go, lizard people.